Hi everyone, it's Becca and today I'm back on behalf of Wild Orchid Crafts, the Wild Bunch, to share another project with you guys, so I hope you enjoy. Okay, so for the first card, you're going to need a card base. This one happens to be a 4x8 piece of cardstock folded in half. That will make a 4x4 size card. I also have some pieces of cardstock here in white, and these are 3.5 square sizes. So I'm going to need 3 of those. So first you're going to glue one of each of these to the inside of the card. Okay, and next this one is going on the front of the card, but first I want to emboss this. Okay, and the embossing folder I'm using for this is The Silent Night by Paper Mania. Now that I have my piece, I just want to go around the edges with this pen, and this is a gold pen and it's metallic and it's called Uni Paint. And to get it going, just pump it a little bit, and then I'm just going to go around the corners like so. And I don't want to be perfect here. Okay, so now looks like this. I'm going to go ahead and cut a piece of this seam binding here, and this is the Medoc color by Wild Orchid Crafts, and this is actually a 2 1/4 piece. I want to go ahead and glue this to the back here, and then I'll go ahead and glue this to the front of the card. Now I can go ahead and glue this down. Then I'm going to tie a little bow here, and the way I like to do this is once I tied my bow, I just wrinkle it with my fingers like this. Once that's done, I'm just going to go ahead and trim this. Now I'm going to be using this embellishment piece by Wild Orchid Craft, and it comes in this pack right here, and it's just very vintage looking. It has hearts and stars as well, but I'm going to use this Christmas tree, and I'm going to be gluing it on to around about here, and then I'll position it like so. Now in my little bow, I can add a little bit of glue to the top of the tree and just glue that down. Now for the sentiment, I have 2 pieces of cardstock here pre-cut. The green one is 2 5/8 by 7/8, and the white one is 2.5 by 3/4. So on the white one, using some Stays On in green, I'm going to go ahead and use a Merry Christmas stamp and just stamp that, just like so. And then I'll mount this to the green piece. And I'm just using some 3D foam here to add the sentiment to the card. I'm just going to position this around about here. And last thing I want to do is I'm going to be using some pearls. And I've got this pack right here, which is the Christmas Colors Self-Adhesive Pearl, and they're in the 5mm. And that is the first card finished. I have another variation here. I have done pretty much the same thing, and the only difference is the colors, and this embellishment here is from a different pack. It's from this pack right here, and it has hearts, Christmas trees, stars, and the bubble. And the pearls for this one came from this pack, which is the red self-adhesive pearl in the 5mm. Okay, so for the next card, I have a piece of white cardstock, and this measures 8 1/4 by 5 inches and 7/8, and it's just folded in half. I'm going to start with some stamps here, so I'm going to use this snowflake stamp, and I'm just going to randomly stamp on the front of the card, and actually I'm going to leave some space in between because I'm going to be using this other snowflake stamp as well. So I'm going to do this one first, and I'm going to be using some color box ink here. Okay, next I'm going to be using some of this seam binding, and this is Antique Gold from Wild Orchid Crafts. And I'm going to just put this inside the card, and I just want this to create like a band going across the card. And I'm not going to place it right in the center, I'm just going to off center a little bit, so a bit like so. So I'm going to go ahead and use my glue gun here. Now I have two pieces of card here, and this is just a cream cardstock, and they both measure 3 3/4 by 5 1/2. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue these to the inside of the card before I do anything else. And then I have a die cut here, which I've cut using my Spellbinders Labels 8, and this is the 4th biggest size. I'm just going to glue that in the center here also. Okay, so now back to the front of the card. I'm going to be stamping a sentiment here. And I have two pieces of card. One is this creamy color here, and then the other one is white. So the white piece is 3 inches 3/4 by 3/4 of an inch, and then the larger piece is 4 inches by 1 inch. And I'm going to be stamping my sentiment on this white cardstock, and then I'm going to mat and layer this. Okay, so whilst I was editing this video, I realized that I had lost a few minutes of footage, so I decided to just show you guys this card anyway and just run you through what I've done to complete the card. So I mounted the sentiment onto some cream card here, and I have got some die cuts, and I've cut these using my Sizzix framelits, and the one on the back here is the scallop circle, and then the other one is just the normal circle. And I mounted it with this wooden embellishment by Wild Orchid Crafts, and this comes in a pack of 6, I believe, and it has 2 designs, so this is one of them. And then to finish it off, I just added some pearls here from the golden pack of pearls, and this is in a 5mm. And I will of course have all of the product codes down below so that you guys can go and check it out on our website anyway. And then very simple on the inside, that's what it looks like. And I do have another variation of this card, and again I just used the same techniques for this card. I just used a different color cardstock here and a different color of ink. I also used the different design of the reindeer here for the center. So this is the 2 designs that you get from the wooden embellishment pack. So now I'll just continue with the tutorial for the 3rd card, so stay tuned. Okay, so for my last card, I have here a piece that measures 8 inches by 4 and is folded in half, so that's the base of my card. I also have this piece of green cardstock that measures 3.5 by 3.5. That will go on there eventually. And then to go on top of that, I have a piece that measures 3 by 3, and that will go on top of that as well. But first thing I want to do is I want to add these 2 pieces to the inside of the card, and these are 3.5 by 3.5. Okay. It is all matted and layered. And now for the sentiment, I have the 2 pieces here. The white piece of card is 3 3/4 by 3/4 of an inch, and then the larger piece here is 4 inches by 1 inch. Okay, and now I have just added some 3D foam adhesive here. And I'm going to mount this to the card. Now I just want to place this right on the bottom of the card here, like so. And then I have here a gardenia, and I just think this looks very Christmassy. This is the large gardenia in the red, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut this off and then place this right in the center of the card. Okay, and that finishes off the 3rd card. And I do have another variation here, and the only thing I did different with this one is I just used the green and the white card here, And for the center flower, I've used one of these large poinsettias, which is in the white. And I added some glitter to it. So I just added some PVA glue and glittered the flower. And so it looks like that. And so that finishes off the third card I wanted to share with you guys. And here are the other cards I have made. So they are very, very quick cards. You can make them in about 5 minutes. And if you're making a lot of cards, it really helps to have some really quick design ideas. So I really hope this helps you guys. Please comment below if you have any questions. As always, I will have all of the product codes down below in the description box so that you guys can go and check it out. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you guys next time. Bye!